Hi, hello guys, welcome my channel. Welcome back. In this occasion, I want to talk to you about a very delicate topic that you are almost always minimizing, and I think you shouldn't do it anymore. You shouldn't minimize the insecurity in Mexico. I'm Mexican, actually living in Canada, but I obviously saw the new about let me read it to pronounce it properly, their names: the Australian brothers Jake and Callum Robinson, along with their American United States friend Jack Carter Road. These two guys, in case you don't know yet, or in case you are not in Mexico yet, but you are planning to travel there, you are planning to go in a short future, that's why I'm making this video, because of that. That's the purpose, to warn you about the security situation in Mexico. Okay, these three guys disappeared in Ensenada, a city of the Baja California state, and then a week after, they were found dead in a pozo. I don't know right now exactly what's the pronunciation. Let me translate it real quick. Okay, they were found in the well of a cliff in Ensenada, uh, a close distance from where his belongings. Within a short distance of where their belongings, their camping house and their car was found. Sorry, not their car, their belongings. Okay, their belongings, clothing, their backpacks. So they were found in a close area of where they were camping, right? Not very far. Uh, their car, the car where they were traveling, were found a little bit farther, but kind of like in the same neighborhood, same area, but farther, and it was found burned. Okay, their truck was found burned totally, like if it basically it explode, like if somebody make it explode. Okay, like if somebody put a bomb or gasoline, oil, and turn it into fires. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this video. The intention is not creating fear, because fear is a low vibe, but yes, to warn you that you don't need to trust, going to a remote area, without movement. I don't recommend you at all, believe me. Going to a remote area, desertic area, where, well, not desertic, but kind of isolated area where there is not many people, because in places like this, there is no people, and therefore there is no cops. Also, neither, there are no cops in these areas where they were found, where they were camping and surfing. So believe me, and I'm telling you this because I'm Mexican, you need to take care a lot yourself while traveling in Mexico or living here. If you have Mexican friends, especially like from long time ago, that you have known them for like a lot of time, if you know their values, they are good people, they are good persons, then you should go out with them. You should ask them to go camping with. But lately, nowadays, I will consider that even for a Mexican, it's dangerous going isolated areas, camping or surfing, doing these kind of adventures. You cannot trust anybody in Mexico lately, especially because the country, the news, and let me tell you something that is very important. The government of this state of Baja California they're minimizing what really happened. They are saying that they were victims of robber people, people that is used to rob, or people that were driving and they saw them when they were in the highway, in the road. They saw them supposedly, and they decide to rob them. Okay, but I don't think so. I got the feeling they were not a regular criminal, a regular robber, a regular. They were not regular thieves. They were probably members of any cartel, um, and because if they had been like only thieves or robbers, regular, that are only behind the money, they wouldn't have exploded the car. Okay, they wouldn't have burned it. That is just too much. Um, They are saying that they die of shootings in their heads, but they are not. Listen, I used to work in this state for a while in Tijuana, and I passed through experiences that makes me realize this government, especially in this state, because in the rest of the Mexican Republic, it has been changed against corruption. Okay, it has been improvements. They have fired the corrupted people in the government, but Baja California is not the case. They are still very corrupted. The past government and the past manners, the past ways, traditions of the past ways of being corrupted is still there in this state, still there. They are not going to talk the truth. They will not talk about the truth. I'm not going to tell you, at least in this channel, where do I used to work, in which company I used to work, or whatever in this city of Baja California, of Tijuana. But they explode people, for example, in the companies, in the works, they explode the people. They do modern slavery, okay? They explode the people. They are very corrupted. They make frauds. They make low quality apartments, low quality buildings. If you are from San Diego or a close area of Baja California, if you are from any California city or state, I wouldn't recommend you to trust Cosmopolitan Group building group. They do many buildings in the city because I know as a fact they are very corrupted. They are evil. They are very corrupted. They have done many illegal things in this city. They have done frauds, a lot of frauds. So obviously, if they are not clean people, if they are not honest, if they are not right or correct people, obviously imagine which are the materials that they use for building these flats, these condominiums. I wouldn't trust them. If I were you, if I were American, I wouldn't buy any apartment of this company, of these condominiums, especially because there is a rumor and there is a geographically, California and Baja California belong to the fire belt, which is a lava, volcanic material that is around this area, around these lands, around this geographic area. All right. If for some kind of reason this volcanic fire belt explode, or not explode, if it makes or produce an earthquake, imagine what's going to happen with these buildings. I can give you my word that these buildings will fall right away. They are going to fall down. They will fall down. They will totally be destroyed because I don't trust their materials. They are not good people. I know it's as a fact. I were victim of fraud in the city. I were exploded by a company also. So I don't trust their materials. I also knew a couple gringos, Americans, that bought an apartment in a building where I used to rent. And the company, as long as they get a discount from this Cosmopolitan Group or company, building company, they accept and the company offered this man the unfinished apartment. So it was already the building, right? The apartment was already built, but the details were unfinished. You know what I mean? The places where the fake walls were supposed to the divisions that divides the bedroom from the kitchen, the bathroom from the bedroom, the bathroom from the kitchen, they were not there. These divisions were not there, and also the details of the apartment were not finished neither. So I was like, when he invited me his apartment, I feel ashamed. I feel shame for him because I was like, I don't remember exactly what was the discount that he got from this building, but I'm not sure if this is legal. I'm not sure if it's legal that a company sell an unfinished apartment. Okay, let me know, comment please below, and I will read your comments. If in your countries it's legal that these building companies or building groups, constructors groups, if it's legal that they sell the unfinished apartments or unfinished buildings for the new owner to finish doing it. These guys were found dead. There was obviously commotion in my country, in Mexico. This was a header new, because it's obviously less common that foreign people, especially, well, sorry, but there is some racism in certain countries still, and Mexico is not the exception. So it's obviously less common than that first country people, white first country people, foreign travelers disappear. Supposedly it's not common, supposedly, but it's getting every time more and more common, because I have some more news about disappeared people For example, I hear about a couple Canadians that disappear also, and I don't remember if they were found alive or no. But in resume words, the governor of this state, in order to don't lose tourism, they are not saying the full truth. They are very corrupted. They are not saying the truth. Probably, if they die by torture, if they were tortured before being killed, they might hide it. They might hide it. They probably hide it. And sometimes the cartels, well, not sometimes, normally when they don't have agreements with the government, when they are not in the same page, when they are fighting for uh, both groups benefits, and they don't get into an agreement, you know, that benefits both parties, is when these things start happening. There are civil wars, there are many disappeared people, there are tortured people, and also even if the the base or the first cartel that took this land or this state, even if they are in agreement with the government, sometimes an enemy cartel, another kind of cartel that is trying to invade, start fighting with them. And then if in certain states of Mexico, when there are cartels wars between each other, it's when there are shootings, they produce explosions. There are shootings between them. But if these shootings happens in a touristic area, yeah, where there is people, or in any kind of downtown, a close of an event, or in any kind of event, they ain't gonna care if you are American, if you are Canadian, if you are Australian, if you are Russian, if you are Ukrainian. They ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna show up asking. There is an American here, so we don't make the shooting, or there is a Canadian here, so we don't make this thing explode, or we go, so we leave, we don't do anything. No, they ain't gonna do that. They will go and do what they were supposed to do, the shooting they're supposed to make, or So I think that what probably happened is that maybe, yes, because when the bodies be sent to Australia and United States, maybe the parents or the relatives make an autopsy, and in the autopsy we will see. Uh, I don't think they were tortured. They probably died, like the government says, by a shot in their heads. But I got the feeling the ones that made it, the ones that do it, were cartel people or cartel workers. Okay, because like I say, regular people don't turn the car in fire. Okay, they don't burn it. And also, please, once I dated a Polish guy here. I met him in Canada here, and we go for dinner together, and we talk about many things. He recently go Cancun, no, Oaxaca, Puerto Escondido, and I don't remember where, if he told me somewhere else where he went. And we were talking about his travel, because right now is middle of May, almost 10. He went in January when the winter is very cold here in Canada and depressive. If you go out with the friends that you met in the hostel, stick with them. Try to go out together all the time. Either you be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Especially at night. But especially, please, if it's late night, please don't go out anymore. Unless it be a very touristic place, and it be, yeah, a very touristic place where there is more people, where there are many tourists, many tourists, because these areas are obviously more care, because the local governments don't want to lose the tourism. So you are protected in a kind of way, in a kind of way. They are not gonna allow, and the cartels or cartel workers, they know they cannot mess up in these areas, in these very touristic areas. But however, if it's considered a magical town, pueblito mágico, pueblo mágico, I don't recommend you to go out alone. Okay, especially late night when there is no more people in the streets, especially where, you know what I mean. Okay, if you are out in an area like this late night, you are looking for being raped, or you're looking for being robbed, or you're looking for being kidnapped. Okay, avoid it. Just avoid it. Believe me, trust my word. I know what I'm telling you. And well, guys, that's it for this video. Don't travel Mexico alone. Don't stand there alone by yourself, especially in cities or towns that are very small. That they are not very populated. That they are towns. First of all, if they are not cities, if they are towns, they might be more dangerous. Okay, I recommend you also in this video. I want to recommend you a very safe destination where I went out kind of late, or kind of late night, for a walk, and it's still considered as a safe city or state, and it's Loreto. Okay, Loreto it's still considered, it's considered like a virgin town. But either way, don't go out here alone either. It's pretty much like a kind of Cabo San Lucas, but virgin and smaller. It's a little bit like, yeah, more little, because Cabo has grown with the pass of the time, and Loreto is growing little by little. It's just like a kind of new town, okay, like a descubrimiento, discovered land. But it's very beautiful, especially for the ones that like practicing golf or fishing. It's cute. Okay, so well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you like it. Please don't minimize my suggestions, my advices, and please subscribe, okay, and share it in your social networks, especially of backpackers, okay, and goodbye.